Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
Also, if you're looking for a unique gift for the holiday season, check out the Compliance Kids series. It's my 3-book children's series on compliance and compliance professionals for children. But they make great gifts and great training tools for your employees. You can check it out on Amazon.com. We've linked to it in the show notes. The Daily Compliance News for December 9, 2024, the TikTok for Sale edition. We begin with that story from Reuters, which reports that a U.S. Court of Appeals has upheld the TikTok law forcing its sale. It requires ByteDance to divest the popular short video app TikTok in the United States or by early next year or face a ban. The decision is a major victory for the Justice Department and opponents of the Chinese-owned app. Next up from the Wall Street Journal. What is the secret weapon helping businesses get results from AI? Shock upon shock. It's humans. Yes, the human in the loop. Companies that succeed with modern generative AI tools are discovering that in order to get real value from AI, they have to organize their data in ways that they might not have before. This isn't a one-and-done effort. To keep their shiny new tool AIs up to date, the information must be constantly updated, creating more work for humans. So the opposite of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, is BIBO, better inputs, better outputs. Next up from the Financial Times. What is a toxic culture? Well, looks like that we're heading that way in the newspaper world of the Los Angeles Times and the Washington Post, as the owners have basically told the employees that they're going to restore trust in the news by having algorithms determine a bias meter in the stories. So how could this go wrong? Well, guess what? As one veteran news reporter put it, it's about everybody's worst nightmare about a billionaire owner. And finally, from MSN, Methode Electronics discloses an SEC subpoena over potential FCPA violations. Methode has announced that the SEC has subpoenaed the company around its FCPA and anti-corruption compliance. Said the subpoena was received on November 1, seeking documents and information about operations in certain foreign countries, as well as financial and accounting matters connected to the FCPA. Methode said it's cooperating with the SEC and at this point could not estimate the potential damages to the company. So even with what people think is a down year in FCPA, looks like it's still chugging along. So we will definitely follow this story on the Daily Compliance News going forward. At the start of this podcast, the sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Well, Ethico has a great new offering this month for you, a toolkit for middle managers. This is something that you, as the compliance professional, can use to move your compliance program forward by giving middle managers the skills necessary to answer a call for speak up or when someone comes in their office and raises a concern. I can't think of a tool that will be more valuable for you in the current era of enforcement. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.